This week in movie news, James Gunn teases a new DC era, Mike Flanagan revives Carrie, Fincher takes on Tarantino, and Fede Alvarez is heading back to LV 426. Plus, a brutal new thriller trailer might reignite the pandemic-era rage. I'm Wes from Atomic Cult Media. Let's nuke the fluff and break it all down. James Gunn confirmed that a new Wonder Woman movie is being written, completely separate from HBO Paradise Lost prequel series, which he says is slow-moving, but it's moving. Sounds like my gym goals. And yes, the Batman Part 2 is still happening. Gunn says he'll be reading Matt Reeves' script soon and reassures fans that Pattinson's Bat is still important, no matter what the rumor mill says. On top of that, he's already working on a Superman follow-up, but it may not be a traditional sequel. A crossover, a Supergirl tie-in, DC's building something, hopefully this time with a blueprint. I have a lot of faith in James Gunn. I love how ambitious this all sounds, but we've heard this tune before, and the weird uncertainty with Warner Brothers and Discovery has me a little worried. I'm rooting for Gunn, but I want results, no more timelines. But which of these projects are you most excited for? Wonder Woman, Batman 2, or Gunn's not a sequel to Superman? So Torn dropped a trippy new trailer this week. It's about a seamstress who steals a briefcase during a drug deal gone bad and spirals into a multiverse of mayhem, depending on what choices she makes. This is giving Run Lola Run meets coherence with a dash of DIY horror. It definitely has cult potential if it sticks to landing. But I'll throw it to you guys. Does So Torn look like your kind of thriller, indie gem, or a overly threaded concept? Mike Flanagan's Amazon Carrie series just dropped a massive cast list. 14 recurring stars. Yes, Kate Siegel, Ro Coley, and other Flanagan faves are back. The reimagining features newcomer Summer Howe as Carrie, plus big names like Heather Graham, Matthew Lillard, and Amber Midthunder. It's an 8-episode series set after Carrie's dad dies. And it sounds like a more grounded, slow burn take with Flanagan's signature griefcore style. I am totally in with anything Flanagan. He knows how to stretch dread across a season like no one else. If he can bring that midnight mass tension to Carrie, we might be looking at the definitive adaptation. But what do you guys think? Do we need another Carrie remake, or is Flanagan the only one who can make this work? Now this is wild. David Fincher is working on a sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yes, with Tarantino's blessing. It'll follow Brad Pitt's Cliff Booth in a new story, and it's headed to Netflix. Abdul-Mateen II joins the cast as a character described as in the vein of Jim Brown. Think athlete turned action legend. This isn't Tarantino directing, but it's his script and Fincher is deep in it. This is like one of the wildest things. Fincher was supposed to make a sequel to World War Z, which didn't end up happening, but now this looks like it's actually happening. I wasn't sure at first. I'm like, this sounds so bizarre. Like Tarantino, who's full on theaters and making his own scripts, is letting someone else direct a script that's direct to Netflix. That's just... But Fincher doing Tarantino, it's like peanut butter and scotch. It shouldn't work, but I'm insanely curious. But what do you guys think? Do you want more Cliff Booth story, or should Hollywood have just stayed a one-and-done classic? New trailer alert! Eddington drops us into the pandemic-era showdown between a small-town sheriff and a power-hungry mayor. Set in New Mexico during lockdown, it's neighbor versus neighbor with escalating violence. So this one feels kind of like Wind River meets Contagion with some red state tension. Could be a gritty hidden gem if it doesn't get too preachy, I guess. I'm a big fan of Ari Aster. He makes interesting films, even though not all of them land with me. I think Hereditary is like one of the best horror films I've seen this generation, really. Midsummer, I was kind of mixed on, and I still haven't seen Beau is Afraid. I'll probably make a point to see it before this comes out. But what do you think? Are you into pandemic-era thrillers, or is it just too soon? Fede Alvarez is heading back to the Xenomorph nest. The Alien Romulus sequel begins filming this October. After the first film pulled $350 million globally, it was fast-tracked and pre-production is already underway. So I was mixed on Romulus. I'm a big Alien fan. It's just like all those callbacks just didn't work for me, especially the CGI Ian Holm. But I mean, Romulus, it brought back some serious tension to the franchise. And I'm stoked that Alvarez is returning. Just give me more dark corridors and facehugger paranoia. But did you dig Alien Romulus, and what do you want to see in the sequel? More horror, more lore, or something new? But that's your Atomic Real News blast for the week. From DC shakeups to Xenomorph sequels, there's a lot on the reel. So let me know in the comment, what are you most excited for? And don't forget, if you love cult hits, horror chaos, and pulp culture mayhem, maybe hit that like button and subscribe. And I'll see you later.